It's time for another Mario video game review. This time it's gonna be a modern game. I'm going with Super Mario 3D World, a game that turned 10 years old this year. Man, it came out according to release date. Super Mario 3D World is successor to the 3DS game Super Mario 3D Land. It made it on Wii U and then later ported to the Switch. We'll get to that later. But for now, let's begin with the review of Super Mario 3D World. 4 characters, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, come across a creature called a Sprixie, a fairy wannabe. Then Bowser pops up and steals the Sprixie and many others across the world areas. It's up to Mario and the crew to save them. I will say it's nice that they changed the plot since Bowser is not kidnapping Peach this time, though after this game, Mario Odyssey went back to the plot. Still good change for the plot. Now let's get to the game. When this game got announced at E3 2013, I went, cool, a new Mario game on Wii U and a follow-up to Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS. And while the first trailer did look pretty cool, the other trailers improved even better, clarifying that this game is not stealing the elements of Super Mario 3D Land. There's more going on in this game. The gameplay remains the same as Super Mario 3D Land, with free roaming around and side-scroller moments, using 2D while mixing 3D in it. I still love the gameplay overall. The playable characters is a very nice change up to this. Prior, only Mario was playable in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and you couldn't play with the others. And while this game does have multiplayer, you can actually play as a single player, and when you start a level, you can swap characters. You can play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, and even Rosalina, but you have to unlock her in the secret world, but I'll get to that later. Mario remains the same, Luigi jumps higher, Peach floats in the air, and Toad runs faster. I like that the abilities of the characters are the same what Super Mario Bros. 2 did. Rosalina is slow at her running speed, but she can use the spin attack move, similar to Mario in the Galaxy games. I like that you can change characters, and carries over into Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Quick reminders, it is local multiplayer, but there's no online functionality in the game. The reason why is because of the unreliable camera in multiplayer mode. It's pretty chaotic if you ask me. Another great thing about the game is it's pretty creative. I mean, yeah, level design in the game is fantastic, but I've never seen this game been this creative since the Galaxy games, and later got creative in Mario Odyssey. The graphics are still great. It's more beautiful and colorful than Super Mario 3D Land, and even more than New Super Mario Bros. U's graphics. The soundtrack is amazing. It's right up there with the Galaxy games and Odyssey. There is one soundtrack that's my favorite, but I'll save that when I get to the Bowser part. There are collectibles to do, like looking for green stars and even stamps. And yeah, you do have to unlock the levels. Let's get to the power-ups. I'll start with the ones that are not new. The Fire Flower is still there, but they even brought the Mega Mushroom from New Super Mario Bros. Only a few levels have it. Some of the power-ups from Super Mario 3D Land are back, like the Tanuki suit, boomerang, and even propeller box. The most highlight power-up in the game, and it's a new one, is the cat suit. When I saw that, I went, that looks silly for Mario to wear that, and I'm gonna love it. And yeah, it is a great power-up. Mario uses his claws to attack enemies, and even climbing up walls. Not one of my favorite power-ups, but it's still very cool. I'm glad they brought that power-up in the Mario movie. The cannon box is also a great one to attack enemies and blow up stuff during when you battle bad guys. The cherry is a weird power-up, but that one is really cool. It's when they multiply characters into 2 to 5. I love that it works in different platforms. Still very unique. There's so much variety of levels in the game, like riding a skate shoe during the snow world. There's a level based off of Mario Kart. That's very cool. There's an orange dinosaur that you can ride in the water, in which that one is really cool, and it controls smoothly, even more than the bird in Mario Galaxy 2. Yeah, it was a really fun time. Now let's get to Bowser, and this is probably one of the criticisms in the game, and that is the battle with Bowser. It was not good. I mean, the Bowser turning into a cat was cool and expected, but the battle during the tower was kinda lame. But it has my favorite piece of music in the game, and that is the Great Tower Showdown. Man, I love that. Yeah, the final battle in Odyssey was better than this. Another gripe about the game is the difficulty. It's not bad, but it's just weird. I say the first half is easy, but by the second half, it gets pretty hard. I do find it weird about the difficulty in later worlds. They're fun, they're creative, maybe too hard, but a great challenge. Speaking of worlds, let's get to the worlds after beating Bowser. Like other Mario games, there is a special world, and it's great too. I didn't know there was going to be a galaxy-themed world in it, and that's where you unlock Rosalina in the game. I haven't unlocked all the levels in the special world, so maybe I'll complete all of it at some point. Also, before I end this, I have to talk about the Switch version. In 2021, Super Mario 3D World was later ported to the Switch, and they added one new thing, and that is the Bowser's Fury campaign, which I've seen clips of the gameplay, and it looks pretty cool. Am I gonna buy the Switch version? There's a chance I might get it, mainly to play the Bowser's Fury, and I do give credit to Nintendo that the Switch version sold a lot more than the Wii U version. It sold 12.58 million, over 5.89 million in the Wii U version. That's still a good sale for a 7-year-old game that's been around. And yeah, this comes to no shock to you all that it's my favorite Wii U game. As for my ranking my favorite Mario games, it's in my top 10 favorite Mario games. It was in my top 5, but Odyssey and even Super Mario 64 took them after playing them. Super Mario 3D World is a great game overall. That is all for the review. This is the last video game review for the year. And as for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, we'll get to that very soon. I will see you all for the next videos in December.